Germany, Latvia, and some other countries, terrible experience. Like, we build something that either works or can be killed. We're not gonna take it out. Let's do something interesting. People think that ChatGPT is the same it was 2 years ago. It's not. Think and then commit. Embrace failure. Don't be shy of it. What's gonna happen?
How are you doing, Arthur?
Hey, I'm doing good.
Let's start off so everybody that listens to this show can get quickly about you, what you do, what is the business, how much money you're making. So what is the business, what do you do, and how much money are you making per year revenue-wise?
The core business is e-commerce, and I run an e-commerce agency. I'm a co-founder there. And we started the company somewhere like 10 years ago. Right now, I've been also dragged into some side projects, hobby projects, etc. And in terms of revenue, last year total revenue across all of the entities I'm involved in is pretty much 9 and something million euros.
9 million. Cool.
Yeah.
And the biggest business is MageBit,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
Which is an agency for e-commerce stores.
Yeah.
How much money does that company make?
Last year it was like 6.3 million.
How many employees?
In Latvia, 130.
Cool. And what's the kind of the profit per year on that?
Oh, that one's a bit tricky because we do a lot of investment and also like agencies, I'd say, used to be that you just scale human labor and you just try to squeeze the maximum amount of money based on that. But in our case, we are investing a lot into various different things, new services around e-commerce. And also we're building, like lately with AI, we're building different kind of products and intellectual property. For example, one interesting thing that we're building is an AI assistant pretty much, which checks all of the incoming requests from the client. Finds different ways of where something can go wrong, but information we need to get up front, and also try to give an estimate of how much it will take. And initially it was like, oh, AI won't be able to give all of the necessary information. The estimates won't be accurate, but right now it's pretty much like, I think it was like 8% difference compared to humans. So it's getting really, really good. The more context we give, and as we're an agency with 100 plus people, we have so much context, so much insights that is not available to others, that we can give very, very specific answers.
About these things you talked about, the AI, you use some systems like Relevant AI or some other tools, or you just build it from scratch?
We're using LLMs for sure, but we are building IP kind of we're building software and integrating with various different kind of workflows, agents, and also LLMs.
Cool. So I think the agency space is really crowded. A lot of people are in the agency space. My advice for people who want to start an agency and scale to 1 million, I guess, is mostly focusing on marketing and sales. And in your case, you have reached more than 5 million plus per year. What are those next key things agency owners need to focus on to go from these 1 million per year to 5 million per year? What are those key things? Because I don't think it's just marketing and sales.
For me, actually, the case was completely different. We did no marketing, we did no sales. We were just 2 developers, which were highly focused on a very niche area. So it was Magento development back in the day. And we just did very good job. We tried to solve the pain points of the customers instead of trying to upsell them more of our services and things like that. And the thing is, like, our customers churned so little that if we acquired one client pretty much per, quarter, it was still good enough, and we still made more money, and the existing clients ramped up the spending with us because they see so much value. And then they start sharing that, hey, these guys are great, let's give them more work, maybe their friends also have a business, etc. So our success was pretty much scaling through quality and internal kind of references rather than sales and marketing.
And what are some practical ways how to do that as you're adding more people? More people means more complexity means more problems and more gaps in providing the service, right? How do you scale that and how do you maintain quality? What are some key specific things you did to make sure that happens?
Um, this is tricky because in every stage there are some other problems. I'd say try to avoid getting sidetracked. That's very easy to do. Like, for example, I think in year maybe 2 of MageBit, we wanted to also do, okay, let's do also WordPress, let's do that and this. But we understood that the money comes from our niche specific, which was Magento at that time. And right now we've grown to quite a big portfolio of clients and also expertise, because 100 plus people, they have their previous experiences. So it's pretty much 100 plus lifetimes of experience. So at this point, we think we're ready to scale, but we're ready to scale not by just doing everything. We're still focused on e-commerce, but right now we're just no longer just Magento, but we'll also take Shopify, Shopware, some other e-commerce platforms, which we are familiar with because many of the principles can be applied to many. And we do have this deep expertise in them. So I would say try to be as narrow as possible. When you are very confident that you can take something extra, only then do that. But still try to avoid that. Yeah.
How do you think about customer types, such as like specific industries they're in? Such as, let's say, an agency works specifically with SaaS companies. Some agencies work with, let's say, roofers. How important do you think is that? Because you said, okay, we're specializing in Magento, which is a specific service type. But how important is the type of customer you actually get?
I think it is important, and it goes together with the niche. So, for example, Magento is not for everybody. The same as Shopify, it might not be for everybody, or some other platform. So it's just knowing your client, what they typically spend with you, and how they typically work. For example, we like to work with e-commerce managers or owners. Other companies might want a very fast-paced, relaxed environment, and they don't want any bureaucracy and stuff like that. Maybe SaaS companies, maybe startups would be the niche. Like it's kind of segmenting who do you want to work with and what brings you the money.
What was the segment you chose to work in?
Many people and actually salespeople wanted to say like, okay, which industry do you want to work with? And we checked our portfolio and we were like, okay, this year maybe it was construction. Other years it was completely different thing. So no, we don't want to focus and niche and narrow down on the industry. Like we have a lot of case studies in a specific industry, so we can sell much better and we can create sales campaigns for them. But we don't want to niche down and reject maybe fashion or some others. Yeah, I'd say just try to figure out what's working for you, and don't listen to others in a way that they're telling you what are your best customers, because you know the pain points, you know how to deal with them.
I think one more interesting topic is about pricing. And I know from my own experience, also selling to some micro businesses or early stage companies that do less than, let's say, $1 million a year. I think providing any type of marketing services, there's going to be huge churn. And I think also the price point is important to actually build a sustainable company. I have only seen big agencies that work only with like bigger companies that can afford to spend, let's say, 5 to 50 or 15,000 per month on their development or their marketing, right? What would you say is the price point you would recommend agencies to focus on so they can grow, they can hire good people, and they can sustain?
I'd say there's two sides here. So one side is that you need to know who you are. For example, if you're just starting out, probably you need to be cheap. Probably you need to gain some sort of background, like how do I work it? How do I sound? Do I need to improve certain areas? You need quantity, and you also need to build some success stories that you can go later on and showcase. For example, you get 2 big names behind your kind of case studies, then you can raise prices, then you can much more easily attract clients. So one thing is, understanding of kind of where you are, so you're not like overcharging and then failing miserably. And other thing is like, the bigger the agency gets, typically it grows with different bureaucracy things, different kind of costs, which are not there for smaller companies. Therefore, they need bigger clients in order for like the return on investment to be worth it. So I would say the minimum price point really depends on the company that you are. Because if you have, for example, we are like 100 plus people, we do have a lot of overheads, office events and whatnot. So the price point is probably slightly higher than a single person who's just working from his home. So I'd say, and also like with the lower price point, the single entrepreneur can still make more profit margin off of that because they don't have that many overheads.
If you had to pick, let's say, a service to sell, you would start over. You couldn't change the price. One option is 1,000 euros per service. Other option is 5,000, then 10,000, 50,000, 100,000, 200,000 per project. You cannot change the price.
Per project, and it needs to be an e-commerce project.
Yes,
right?
But it's just like one specific price. What would you choose? And you cannot change it. But that's the business you're in.
Cannot change it
You
also in
cannot
5
change
years,
it.
10 years.
No, you couldn't do it. What would the price point you would pick?
I think I'd go somewhere around if I have this experience and kind of portfolio.
Yeah, you have your experience. You have your knowledge about business, about selling, all of this stuff.
Okay, probably somewhere around like 50 to 100K. Because I know those clients are slightly easier to work with because they are not micromanaging you and they just expect results and what you agreed on. But it would be hard because if I cannot show my portfolio or things like that, it will be very hard, and a lot of people will obviously just give up. Yeah. But if I can change, I would start probably with
lower and
then 2K, maybe scale a system and then slightly kind of.
I think what I have seen, and I have many agency owners, and I also, from my own experience, I'm still not charging nearly the numbers you're charging for customers, but I'm working with different business. But what I have seen, many Latvians, Lithuanians, Estonians, Poland, Czech Republic, there's this huge kind of mental shift, mindset shift to kind of even imagine that kind of price per project or per contract size, like there's this huge gap. And you and I, we're both from like, I guess, countryside, or you grew up in Riga.
I grew up in Riga.
So but we're still like from Latvia, which is like 1.8 million people. And I heard this crazy statistic that like 300,000 people work in the government and 600,000 people actually are people who pay taxes. So it was like, what the hell? It was like crazy statistics. But how to like switch to this, like, yeah, I could do it. Like, yeah, it's fine. There's actually a huge amount of money in America for companies. They're like spending. It's not like not possible.
I would even say like, be humble, start small, and get clients abroad. Because if you get some clients abroad, you will see that you're being kind of rewarded. Because it might sound wrong, but with Latvians, for example, initially I didn't have any good experiences. I only had good experiences with UK and US, Germany, Latvia, and some other countries. Terrible experience. Like,
what do you mean terrible experience?
When you do good, it's like best case scenario, thumbs up or close the ticket. When you're doing mediocre and above in the US or UK, it's a different story. They're saying thanks, which is very important in the early stages. Like it's important at all times, but in the early stages, it fuels your business. When somebody's like super praising your business or saying that, hey, I wrote in this post forum, like in this forum, I wrote the post about your business, how great it is, and they share it with you, and it's like I didn't even ask for it, and they're just praising us so much. It kind of fuels the growth, and then you get more confident, and then you're kind of okay. 2 years, 3 years passed, we need to increase the prices, and you can get to the price increase automatically if you have the right clients. If you don't have the right clients, for example, if you're working in B2C, that could be a different story. There you might have to start with already some higher price, because there are people who are just buying, bigger price means better quality. And yeah, it really depends. But in agency, I'd say start small, but try to kind of build your experience portfolio and also touch different markets and niches, because maybe you've chosen one niche, but that's not the right niche for you.
What do you think these from Europe or also from our country that people are like, I guess, less happy, more towards the negativity? And I also have noticed this factor. But what we do is we have like a gajillion reviews in Latvia, but we actually ask them always. Like,
Yeah.
but sometimes, okay, they do it themselves, but it's like always asking, just like proactively getting that feedback, which we kind of want to do the same thing, which you said, is to fuel the company, fuel the business. Again, show people that we're doing good work, which is actually helping people, which is actually a really nice thing. Because many companies, they actually never see the result of the customer. Specifically as software companies, they're like, they use our software, they pay us, we don't know if they like it, we're just like working here. I'm doing support tickets, like, you know.
Yeah.
Like, why do you think, why is that?
I think the culture plays a big part, and another thing is like, how many family-owned businesses do you know in Latvia? And I can give you an example. We worked with a client in Thailand, and that was our only client there. And it was a family business selling herbs, and it was in I don't know, in multiple kind of like there were generations or something, I don't know, but it was an interesting case, because whatever we did, they were so polite, so happy, and even if you do something wrong, they're like, oh, I can live with that, but yeah, try to fix it as soon as you can. And everything is like completely different when you're working with people that are used to operating in business differently. The same also in the US, we have a construction company, which is actually a very large company. It's like, imagine Depot with 100 plus stores in the US. Like it's huge. And right now they're part of Ace Hardware as well. And they started as a family business 100 plus years ago, and they're the most polite client that you can imagine. Like, yeah. So I'd say try different niches, try different clients, and figure out what you want to work with, and who are you kind of good working with, because there are different styles of working, and you need to kind of figure out that as well.
I think interesting thing is that you have multiple projects. We're gonna talk about some of them. I think it's super interesting. We had dinner, I think, like a month ago, which you showed me some weird stuff people pay money for, like the AI Tinder, like something similar, right? You could say that, right? AI Tinder, where people pay money to have Tinder virtual AI girls or boys. And now a little bit different start of this topic is, okay, I also have an agency/consulting business where we also consult, and I'm doing this software project, like trying to build a software, and I'm also trying to kind of balance my time on that new venture, which is something new, unknown, and also in the core thing, which is actually where we have customers, where we have revenue, etc. How do you approach this? Because from my knowledge, you have multiple projects. Maybe you can tell me how many, and then how do you kind of manage or think about them, or how do you kind of operate?
I'd say you need to definitely kind of draw a line, which is your priority number one, and no questions asked. If that business needs your attention, that's priority number one. Everything else can wait, even if it's a disaster. So for me, MageBit is number one priority, and the rest is pretty much side projects. And then the other thing is like, okay, I jump into a venture. We build something that either works or can be killed. And then kind of you can think about the next one.
How fast can you determine? Does it need killing?
It depends. For example, I have tried business and killed it within, I don't know, like 2 months.
Can you tell me what is that? Let me give like an actual example. And what was the reason why you killed it?
One of the business that I killed was an e-commerce store. I built it on Shopify, drop shipping, like quite some time ago. And I just didn't have too much fun with it. Like it was like, okay, I tried drop shipping. I know what it is now. I know the ins and outs, but it's not for me. So I killed it. And it didn't give much revenue. It was like, I think, slightly over break even. But for another business, so I have this business in gaming. uh, esports/gaming, and that one is barely floating over the water for 2+ years already, maybe 3 even. I don't remember.
What's the website? Maybe we can watch it.
It's eloking.com.
Okay,
And it's pretty much gaming services like coaching, boosting, currency sales.
I thought it's super interesting
things
idea.
like that.
This is the one, right?
Yes.
Leading ELO. What does ELO mean?
It's ELO. It's the rank.
It's a rank.
It started like in chess that when you play you get gain or lose ELO points, and now games adapt to this.
It's like League of Legends, Dota, Watcher, Counter-Strike. Okay.
Yeah. So this was kind of I grew up playing Counter-Strike, and I just wanted to do something with it, and I just didn't care what it was.
Okay.
So I just one day I thought like, oh, I'll call my cousin Kristaps, who's a designer, and like, hey, let's build something. And we were like, okay, let's try this. So we built this one.
And this business, how many customers does it get? What's the
customers and people? It's quite big. So we have lifetime revenue is almost, I think it was 1 million or 990 something.
Cool.
So
cool.
it's but it's barely over break even, and it's there for 2 years, but we're not killing it because I have so much fun doing it, because we can do the most random stuff. One day we were thinking about, okay, let's launch this game's account selling or currency exchange or coaching, whatever. We can do that. Next day we're like, okay, let's build a YouTube kind of channel and create 3D renders of animations and whatnot. So let's build it. And right now we're like, okay, we have something like 2K left in the bank as profit. It's not profit. We're not going to take it out. Let's do something interesting. So we hired somebody to build an AI streaming trading bot, which will kind of stream on Twitch, show the investment in meme coins, and pretty much live stream narrate it. Okay. And it's like, it's really fun. It's going to be, all the money is going to be down the drain, but I will learn something that maybe 2 years from now, I'll need. Because you never know.
For this business specifically, how did you get customers? What was the go-to-market strategy? How do you get customers? And when you say
SEO. So SEO, like initially we did a lot of paid ads, didn't really work out. But right now we're in SEO, I think something like 300,000 visits per month just in SEO.
Oh.
So
but when you say break even, it means you like actively spending money on new SEO, or what? Why is it?
SEO is not the most expensive part. The most expensive part is we have 24/7 live support. So chats work with the service providers, because we're just a middleman. We're not.
You're
selling.
connecting the coach with the person that wants
Uber,
coaching.
Like Uber, Volt, and etc. Yeah. So we're connecting somebody who already does the service with somebody who specifically wants the service. And
that's quite a lot. 300,000 views per month. That's like huge.
Yeah.
What's the conversion rate on that, on the pages?
Non-existent, pretty much.
They're not signing up.
Well, some of them are, and some of them are buying. But the thing is, like, the 24/7 team costs quite a lot. And therefore, in order to break even, we have a lot of static costs, and that's the problem.
What's the biggest lesson from this business? Which you could
so many. We're like, I've never built a 24/7 live support. I've never worked with people from Philippines and those kind of countries. So there's many things. Right now, we're currently building also AI agent flows that can not only answer queries, but do completely everything. Reassign the person who's fulfilling your order, do refunds, do different kind of other things, change prices, anything. And that's interesting, because AI and some other areas, like, I'm not entirely familiar with. Like AI I am, but in certain areas I haven't stepped my foot yet. For example, YouTube. I didn't know much YouTube before that, but we created a few videos. One of them got like 30,000 views, and you get to learn. And the biggest thing why I'm not killing this is it's passion, because it's gaming and I can do whatever I want there. And also it's continuous learning experience. I'm not the kind of guy that will go read books. I'll probably just, let's try something like this. How it rolls out.
And I loved how you told me that at the office you have these like gaming parties for like a weekend, which is like crazy, right?
Sometimes we do, yes. In MageBit, like we have quite a few gamers. So I think last one was yeah. So one of the last ones, yeah, was I think it was 2 days with like Rust playing party and
right. That's kind of cool. I like that. That's cool. You code, you program, and then you like play together. That's like awesome.
Yeah.
What are some other projects?
Some other projects. Right now, we're building also a Latvian kind of document scanning system. Like
okay, document scanning system.
Yeah.
What's the website?
I don't want to say it to you right now because it's not password protected and it's and it's work in progress.
Okay.
But yeah,
document scanning.
Yeah, it's pretty much you upload your document.
Okay.
It can be a lease, it can be a purchase agreement, anything, and it scans first of all which party it's more leaned to, more favorable for, what kind of things of some of the core principles, like maybe the termination is difficult. You should talk about those points. You can chat with the document, and also it integrates directly with Lursoft, so it checks if the person can sign the agreement, if the company is already in debt or some other things. So it checks like, is the other party legit, or you should be cautious. So it gives you all of the information. And what the best part there is that we're building this so you have some free plan, but you can pay a subscription, and then you can get access it in email. So forward an email to, let's say, info@something.
Okay.
It gives you the response. This is a document like this. And if you have any questions, you want to change any parts, you can say, hey, add me a better termination clause. It sends you back. So it's like pretty much your email lawyer.
Legal assistance lawyer. Yeah.
Cool. It's for simple things, but
I like it. Yeah. It's like a phone app, or is it like a website?
It's a website. It's a website, and we plan to launch it only for Latvian target market.
Why? Such a small market.
There's so many things, so many projects like this all across the world. And we just wanted to make, I wanted to make a niche product. Again, this is something that I'm just having fun.
Okay.
I won't make any money. Why should I spend my time and money on building something for such a niche market in Latvian language, etc.? But it's like, I know some people will benefit, and why not? And people need to get more educated about AI, because right now, especially in Latvia, people think that ChatGPT is the same it was 2 years ago. It's not.
It's completely not. This is like, actually, we did this also with, you can actually do it with ChatGPT free version. You can actually write in specific what kind of target customer you want, and they will scrape phone information about the customer, so you can call them immediately. That's also possible with the free version, I think.
Yeah, you can do a lot of things there.
What's the coolest thing you think you can do it with right now? Or what are some interesting things you have done it with it so other people can copy?
So cool things, I don't think, cool things, what is cool to you? And there's just so many things, and different applications require different solutions. One thing that I'm doing in my daily life, and I'm like saying what could work for most of the people. Yeah. For example, I'm driving in my car. I have an idea. For example, I'm building also what I call this AI blueprint, which is a series of PDFs, checklists, etc., for how to adopt AI in your business.
Yeah, that was a course, I think, right?
It's kind of a course, it's not video course, but like PDF course. Okay. And I'm thinking I covered these areas. I'm not sure if there's any other kind of pain points that I should talk about.
Yeah.
So I'm calling ChatGPT on the car and just driving somewhere, and I have this. What else can I do? What else? What other problems are businesses writing about in Reddit and stuff like that? And it's just kind of ideating with me. Okay. So you can pretty much on this ChatGPT app enable the voice mode, and talk about it. It's just that's a simple.
I'm also using it. It's so nice. Yeah, we do it with my wife. We just drive somewhere. We have curiosity and questions. We just talk with it. It's nice. I wanted to show you this project, which I think is interesting, and I just wanted to talk about it. So it's like an AI phone agent that speaks to your business. They sell it at $300 per month is the lowest cost. It's a pretty cool thing. Have you had any experience about Europe? Is it legal? Do you have some information about this?
I don't think it is entirely legal because I was in this AI meetup, and there were people talking about different regulations in Europe.
Yeah.
And honestly, I was quite sad to hear
That
those
Europe
things.
is like
They're saying like, oh, we're just limiting certain areas, etc. And one thing that was said there is like, okay, if you want to use AI, you will need to disclose that you're talking with an AI agent or something like that.
Yeah.
And it kills the vibe a lot. Like,
of course, it's immediately,
it's the same as you're calling somebody, like, I don't know, you're calling Swedbank or whatever company you're calling, and it's like, hey, your call is recorded, etc. Like, you know, it's a big company. You heard it. You signed the papers with them when you signed up with them, etc. And it's like, press 1 to speak in this and this. And it's like, I would say it's similar. Also, the cookies, yes, I accept them. And I think it's the same thing. Like, you're talking with an AI agent in a chatbot. Like, I can tell.
You can tell. You can tell.
At this point, most of the cases you can tell. Yeah.
But if you couldn't do that, don't you think it's going to have more consequences to people? Like, for example, in the scamming industry.
I think
like crazy.
Scammers won't do that anyways.
They will do it anyways, I think.
Yeah. I mean, like, they won't disclose you're talking with an
they
AI.
won't. They won't.
Yeah. And that's why I think it's more important to educate people and kind of say that, okay, you can see it in the terms, you can see it somewhere. For example, this AI girlfriend app, like when you're chatting with somebody, you don't want to have the other person say like, "Hey,
I'm an AI bot."
I'm an AI bot. Like,
and this is, by the way, who those of you know, that's the third project, right? That's like
I don't keep count.
It's like a lot of them. Okay.
If there are people working on it, it's fine. If you have to spend a lot of your time on the business yourself, then it's probably not okay. So that project is so my cousin Kristaps, who I also built this e-locking with. So he had this idea that let's build Tinder, but instead of real people, let's use AI.
What's the website?
It's called Wisp.
Oh, let's open it up. I want to see it.
I don't think it has a website.
I know
it's in the App Store.
I mean, but still, let's look at it. Okay, tell me more about it.
So pretty much, it's initially it was kind of your AI girlfriend.
Okay.
But right now we're thinking, okay, it's actually maybe not the best way to market it because people are like kind of, no, I won't date an AI girlfriend. So we're kind of thinking maybe we should pivot it something like solving loneliness with AI because you don't need to, like, there are people who just want nudes and stuff like that. But there are people who just genuinely want meaningful conversations. They want somebody to say happy birthday. And so different kind of things like these. So we're kind of also, I'm more kind of in the behind the scenes kind of advising and kind of just talking. We have a great developer doing the development, etc. And Kristaps is doing all the product work. So I think this is a great learning and how we can build a bot that is truly like human, that has emotions, that will block you if you are rude, that will understand that yesterday you had your birthday party and the next day like message you and say like, hey, do you have hangover or something like that? Yeah. So it's very interesting on how you can actually make things, how you can bypass different AI filters, how can you make it sound human, and like one easy illustration is like, how do you typically chat with AI bots? Question, answer. How have we built, for example, in Wisp, is you can write 10 messages and you'll get one in response, or some other things. Like it's kind of, you need to deeply understand the conversation dynamics, which, okay, this is applied in this AI space, but it really helps us also in some other cases. And for example, in MageBit as well, I can understand more in depth certain things when I'm building something for the customer.
Right. It's so interesting. I took a lot from that specific thing about how many replies was the time frame. Do you reply immediately, not immediately? How do you respond?
Do you show the typing indicator? Yeah. Do you show it, then hide it, then show it again?
All of this stuff. Yeah, I like those small nuances. A new feature. And what do you think about this feature? So many of our companies that work with us, they have this problem about platforms. They're using Instagram for customers. They're using email. They're using WhatsApp sometimes, maybe a website chatbot, like some inquiries or something like that. And it's all over the place. So we're trying to also, in our software, the Shopify software, we're trying to also do a multi-channel inbox. So all of the communication channels are in one place. So just one dashboard, you see everything. And then we want to add this component of some AI that communicates with these people on their behalf based on contextual data or knowledge base or something like that. What do you think about this kind of quick solution?
I think it's a good one. People are already using different apps. There is an app that connects all of your messenger apps into one.
Yeah.
There's already
there are, of course.
Also, but that's without AI, for example. And also, there's just recently we had a Shopify co-hosted with a webinar co-hosted with Shopify, and we also use the platform that streams in multiple channels. So that's like a thing that is needed nowadays because there are so many areas of input. For example, if there's a stream on Twitch, I might watch it. If it's on X, I might watch it. If it's on Instagram, I won't watch it. And it's like every person has their own kind of platforms they work. So you cannot just, I will be servicing only this platform. If you're in B2C, you need to be on pretty much all of the majors. Yeah. And this platform, what you're saying, I think it's a good one because you get to have a very efficient way of spending your time in what matters.
On platform, right? And not losing time or not giving. And I think many things, what we try to also solve is also a nice, interesting problem, is that businesses such as, let's say, let's say your grandma passes away, you need a service for that. It's like, how is it in English? It's the service that helps you to
the burial service.
This one. So this is a specific case where actually the market dynamic is if you call, you need it.
Yeah.
And then if you don't pick up as a business, you lose the customer.
Yeah.
And if you don't, and typically you don't pick up at, let's say, 6 to midnight and morning, you don't pick up, but people can call because it can happen. So we are thinking also to have some, like phone call connection process that communicates with this person, says, yes, we could totally understand. We got this information. And the idea was the bot to talks to them, summarize the information, and then says, in the next morning, we're definitely going to call you back straight up and just book the offer and give you price and etc. This is also a nice problem, I think, for many businesses. Either it's out of the working day's time or in their working time where you just cannot pick the phone because they're like small business and they have
and people are already building businesses like this with the phone. Like for example, if you're using 11 Labs, they already have very good conversational things. So,
but what do you think about, like, let's say I'm watching this video with Nick's and Artur's and I'm like, like all of my ideas I can find on Google. And somebody's already doing it. Like
somebody's also selling potatoes and somebody's selling construction materials. Like everybody's doing something. Like,
how would you look at that? You're like, it's fine. Like, what's your thinking?
It's completely fine. Sure, some markets are more saturated than others. But imagine, like, for example, national hockey team of Latvia, and they would be like, others are doing it, so we're not doing it. Or for another option would be, we are in this kind of top division. We have to play against Canada and or US. Therefore we won't participate. Like, that's just wrong thinking. You have to try. You have to get better, and who else you can get better than playing against or with some great players? You have somebody to watch what they do. You can make your own decisions, maybe be different, and therefore have an advantage that way. So it's just compete.
About your ideas which you launch as projects, do you kind of think about that? Do you think about market saturation or the idea, or like what do you...
Sometimes, like I have to check it, of course. But for example, this document scanning system, if there was something like that in Latvia, I would probably not do it because it's not a money business. It's kind of experience business plus maybe an option to educate friends and family about AI. So it really depends on what's the goal of the business for you. And one more idea that also, like my cousin Kristaps had, you talked about the memorial kind of thingy. He had an idea that, hey, let's build an AI that talks with old people, collects their thoughts, their past experiences, etc., and kind of builds an AI version of them. So when they pass, then you can still get different information that is pretty much lost. And
I like that idea.
Yes.
I like it. I guess how practical, but I like it. It's many times, I wish I could ask my grandpa who passed away this one question,
Yeah, it's creepy and slightly weird, but then again, like, it could be nice, helpful.
You know what's similar? It's similar to taking your stem cells when you have a baby. It's super similar because you might use it, but you don't know.
Okay.
And as well, the person is alive, you do it, you might use it because you don't know when they're going to die, but most likely they will die. You know, it's interesting. It's a similar kind of idea. Yeah. And what I have noticed also, where I saw many companies do really well, is like really like trying to work with specific type of person, like really, really specific, and then do the same thing what everybody else is doing. Or it's like providing a new spin or a new way of doing the thing you're already doing. Like disrupting the market, like something like super weird.
I think there's a place for both.
And you know what I saw? Like, it was interesting. I saw many like bots that do, like, let's say your Facebook ad management. Like, you don't need a human. Just do that. And I think don't you think something similar can happen with all types of services? And how likely is it to replace humans? I don't think so. But what do you think about that?
I think that is happening already, and that will happen more. And it's very difficult to fight against who's writing your post. For example, let's change the word bot with assistant. If your human assistant is writing your post because you're a super busy person, it still works. Yeah, like you can bypass it. But the thing is, like, when do you get like random cold content, and when do you get like kind of, okay, this is something I want to hear, want to see? The same for events. If you're going to a live event, it's a DJ versus like a live performance of a big name. So DJs, like, they come up with their songs, therefore it's kind of a unique place where to listen. But if it's not that DJ, but any other playing exactly the same sound, are you still interested?
Right? It's like so. Or you go to a live event and there's just like a video. There's no speak, but just a video.
Exactly.
But I have been to those things. Like Tony Robbins also, sometimes in his events, he's not even speaking, but they do like 2 hours just video. Just a video of past events.
Yeah, you get the same information.
But the feeling is way different. It's like, why did I pay for this? Like, it's like, you know, it's like the interesting feeling.
Yeah. So I think there's place for AI. There's place for humans, and more about let's just focus more on the human connections and like meaningful relationships rather than just passing on information and context and whatnot.
And I found this interesting study that says most people can actually have like up to 150 actual connections, like actual people they can recall. It's like also limited, right? And I think also it's very important to kind of, you know, upgrade that circle. So you get like better at always doing it, like always communication.
Yes, but from the other side, like, do you need to upgrade that? Do you really need more than 150 people?
That's it. It's typically, it just goes up or down, but just that's it. And then your closer circle with people who communicate the most, probably like 15 people. That's it. Like not more. It's so interesting, right? And all of us live in a certain like a bubble. Like some people like think about these things like this way, some people like this way. It's like interesting.
Yeah.
And what they see is also interesting. Like I also noticed their social media, what they see. All of us see different things. It's like so interesting.
Yeah.
It's not like the main thing. It's like everything is adjusted to you.
And except for media like TVNet, Delphi.
TV. Yeah, TV.
Those are the same.
Those are the same for everybody.
And sometimes when I'm like curious what other people think about certain things, those are typically like political kind of things or something like that. I check, okay, I'll check on Delphi. I'll check on TVNet. I'll check the comments section there. And then it's like, okay, what they are saying
and that's the interesting thing, right? Because all of the platforms are custom, like Netflix, all of them are like super custom to you specifically. Okay, I want to know this thing. What would be the best advice or best principle you have learned about doing business, being in business, that could be helpful for anybody?
Think and then commit. And by the commit, I mean don't give up. Don't second guess yourself. Just do it. And ideally before that you already said when will you reevaluate and how, and what is the expected outcome and what is the poor outcome, or on when do you kill the idea or change the idea and stuff like that. So I'd say really think about it up front, but then really commit, because things won't go your way. There will be always somebody smarter, richer, with more time, I don't know, whatever, more than you. So just try, be the best version of yourself that you can. And honestly, like, life is always hard in any place where you are. Of course, there are some differences, but you rather like try and then live hard in that kind of area rather than just rely on everybody else, the government, and just like complain. So, yeah.
What has been the biggest problem or biggest challenge in your business career?
I can't recall any single one. It's like something that was a big challenge then is not a big challenge now, and something that is a big challenge now won't be a big challenge in a year or two maybe. So, for example, I used to be super shy, like I wouldn't talk with anybody. I was afraid to kind of even raise my hand in the classroom just to go to the toilet. Like it was like super introvert. Right now, I've spoken like in one of your conferences, like how many people were there? Like
I think 600.
Yeah, so it was hundreds of people. And of course, I was nervous, but again, you try, you get better, you fail some things, and then you kind of get better again. So it's just embrace failure, don't be shy of it. And yeah, what's going to happen? Some people will think about it for a second, for a day, for a week, 2 weeks, and it's forgotten.
How did life change when you had a kid?
Not that much, as people kind of scared me, but obviously it changed. It's great, but yeah, it changed. Yeah.
Right. I'm like we have no like similar. Okay, I think yours a little bit younger than my baby, but it's like I'm like waiting until we can go to the gym together. Like I would like to do that, or come to work together, like like give her some like chess or something like to do. Interesting. And one more interesting thing about kids was crazy to me. Like there's like a 4 years old kid that can beat grandmasters now from India. The kid was starting playing chess like I guess like I don't know, like crazy, like fast. Imagine the speed of learning what you can do right now. It's crazy.
Yeah, there's always going to be somebody smarter than you.
Crazy. Quick bullet list. Maybe top book you would recommend.
I'm not such a fan of books, so the biggest one, I don't remember the name. I read it like a couple of years ago. Was I don't recall the name.
Maybe
anymore.
Top Podcast.
Top Podcast, probably Diary of a CEO.
Okay, I also like that. I like that. Top thing you have bought that helps you professionally.
Good computer, I'd say.
What kind of computer do you have?
On the go, I have a MacBook, and
which one
at home?
Is it like M4, M3, M2?
Probably, yeah. Like I bought it a couple of years ago.
I thought you were like I know specifically.
No. Okay. I'm just a good kind of small MacBook, and also good home computer, because if things go fast, for example, second monitor, it was a big upgrade when I was starting my development years ago. So yeah, just good setup so you can do your work. It can be also a good chair. Like if you're sitting at your computer a lot
all day, right?
Good chair is a good investment. Yeah.
My brother has like 4 monitors, like one here, one there, one there. Like it's like crazy. Like
I used to work with 3 quite some time as well, but I understood that on the third one it's only just Spotify, so it doesn't matter.
Was it on top of it, or is it like one?
It was 3 on the side.
3 on the side. Yeah, that's nice. It's like looks like the traders, like the traders.
I even tried like switching the monitor vertically, but it was I didn't like it.
Best advice to have a cooler life.
Try things that you think about the future. Like when you're thinking, oh, I should have tried this, I should have done that. Just try things.
Do it.
Just do it.
Make a move. How we say, stay sharp,
Stay sharp,
make a move. Thanks, Arthur. Let's go.
Thanks.
Let's go.